I'd done my degree in Nigeria. After my diploma, it would have been 4 years. I would
Okay.
have spent 4 years. And that was why it was a no-no first.
Mm-hmm.
So after diploma, I was like, coming here and having to do your degree for 1 year, that's a
Mm-hmm.
plus. And they
Okay.
don't just focus on everything. Like if you're doing a degree in Nigeria, they will teach you
Mm-hmm.
biochemistry, teach you different things. That is not necessary to your course. But here they focus on seriously, they
I
focus on
see.
nothing. The holidays, we don't have 20 hours. You can work 40 hours now. So they will
Okay.
also check, oh, she was working during the holidays and they give it to you. See, it's not like Africa.
Hello, beautiful guys. Welcome to my channel. This is your girl, Nurse Abena, a psychiatric nurse practicing in the Republic of Ireland. Guys, today I am hosting a very pretty woman here. You know, as a registered nurse or midwife, and you are looking at relocating, you can either go through the employment pathway or the school pathway. So in today's session, I am going to host a registered nurse here, but this nurse did not get into Ireland through employment route, but she came here through the school route. So my guest is here today to share her experience with us, and I know this is going to be an eye opener to any registered nurse or midwife who is looking forward to find a school in Ireland and come through the school route. Keep subscribing, like, comment, and share. Stick and stay with me. Obviously, if you want to come straight away with your nursing license and start practicing as a nurse, then you need your IELTS or OET and then go through the process, get here, take your OSCE or adaptation, get your Irish nursing fee, and then start working as a registered nurse in Ireland or midwife. However, there is another route that you can equally take to get into the country, and that is you coming as a student. Yes. If you have a diploma already in your country or you have a degree in your country and probably you just want to use school as a stepping stone to get into the country to continue practice as a nurse in Ireland, this is the way to go. Help me to welcome Princess. She is a registered nurse in Ireland. Omo, welcome. Oh,
Thank you. Thank you.
Charlie, how is work? How is Ireland treating you?
Good, good. Ireland is lovely. The people are friendly, so it's really a
Nice.
good place to to integrate quickly into because of the
Okay,
people, I guess. But the weather is
lovely.
shitty.
Tell us a little bit about you and let us know how did you use the school route to get into Ireland?
So, okay, my name is Princess, and I
Mm-hmm.
did my diploma in nursing in Nigeria. Then I also
Okay.
specialized in mental health in Nigeria,
Mm-hmm.
diploma.
Okay.
I
Mm-hmm.
worked briefly in Nigeria for about 4 years or five years. And
Okay.
then a friend of mine told me about Ireland. I was like, okay. And then she
Uh-huh.
introduced me to a school, St. Angela's
Okay.
College. Introduced me to an agent. The agent like
Okay.
is like a middleman between the school and me,
Okay.
and shared my email. And then before you know it, they were sending me all the necessary documentation I needed to do, such as
Okay.
my leaving school certs,
Mm-hmm.
my transcript from my school, both nursing and
Okay.
mental health, and just the basics. Then I
Mm-hmm.
had to write 200 to 500 words of why I want to study in their school.
Oh, I
So
see.
basically, that's the initial process.
Okay.
Afterwards, they would ask you for IELTS, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But they're not expecting the standard for NMBI, Nursing and
Okay.
Midwifery Board of Ireland. They're not expecting the standard. So
Okay.
even if you get a 5, you would
Mm-hmm.
still be admitted because they just want to
Oh,
know that
so
you understand English.
English. So does it mean if you are coming to school, you still need IELTS, but they don't really have a pass mark that you need to get, like the way NMBI has specific pass mark that you need to get? Is it
Yes,
so?
it's
Oh,
yes. So
lovely.
some schools say 6, but as at
Mm-hmm.
that time in 2019, 2018, 2019, it was
Okay.
the 5 was fine. 5 was
Oh,
fine.
lovely.
5.5 was fine. Yeah.
And is it
So
academic standard or UKVI or general IELTS? Which one is accepted for school?
I did the academics, the one that
Okay.
NMBI still wants, like it's
Okay.
the general one. So I did the
I
academics. So
see.
after I satisfied all of their requirements, they
Okay.
sent me an offer letter.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the offer letter, that's where the stage of paying the school fees is. The
Okay.
school fees was 10,000 euros, but
Okay.
yeah, but there was a scholarship happening then, so it was slashed to 8,250
How
euros.
do you get a scholarship?
As at that time, it was there.
Okay.
As at that time, it
Okay.
was there because some school might say, "Oh, okay, you know what? It's 15,000, but if you pay
Hmm.
13,500, it's fine."
Okay.
So
Okay.
they'll tell you we're doing a scholarship for 2,000, and that's
Hmm.
it. So that was what happened.
Okay.
As at that time, the
I
school fees was
see.
10,000, and then they did a
Hmm.
scholarship and were to pay 8,250. If I'm not
Okay.
mistaken, for visa requirements, you have to pay
Hmm.
80% of your school fees. So I had to pay six
Oh,
thousand euros
okay.
before coming here.
I
So I paid
see.
6,000 euros, yeah, and then
Uh-huh.
did the visa.
Okay.
Initially, my first visa was denied because I think I didn't show real proof that I was going to come back. I know visa
Oh,
with their whole issue. They just don't want you to come and be
okay.
a dependent in Ireland.
The embassy expects that after you complete your course, you have to go back home.
They expect that.
Oh, okay.
So, but it's just the visa thing, and I think it's just a rule for them to say you would not depend on the government when you
Yes,
come
of the
here, or
government.
you
Okay.
will not divert from being a student to be an asylum seeker, something like
Mm-hmm.
that. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know.
Okay.
But came here, started
Mm-hmm.
schooling, and then since I got my NMBI, I'm sorry, my IELTS score from Nigeria was the standard for NMBI.
For
Immediately I started
NMBI.
schooling, I just started the process. While I was in school, I started the
Oh,
process.
you came in to
Yeah,
do degree or masters.
degree. So
For
it's a
how
1 year
long?
top up. 1 year top up.
1 year top up. Okay, okay, that's great. So within the 1 year was when you started the NMBI process because you had IELTS already.
Yes. So
Perfect.
I started the
Perfect.
process I think at about September or thereabouts. I started school
Okay.
January, then I started the process September thereabouts. I took my time anyway.
Okay. Let's look at the transitioning. You have come in as a student, and then so after school, what next for you over here? Since the embassy expects you to go back home after the course. So how was it like?
Well, you don't need to go back home if you now have a job or you have
Okay.
something you're doing. The main thing is the embassy, that's their requirements, that's their policy. They are looking at,
Okay.
will this person be a dependent to our country? Will they be a burden
Mm-hmm.
to our country? That's what they're looking
Okay.
at. And if you prove to them, I won't be a burden to your country. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
yes, I'm coming back. Yeah, some of us don't come back. Like, I'm still here. But the thing is, I'm working, I'm not depending on them.
Uh-huh.
That's
Okay.
the end route that they just want you to prove.
Do
That's
it
it.
after school. How did you do it?
Well, so I was working as HCA first while I was in school to support myself,
Healthcare
and then
assistant.
healthcare
Okay.
assistant, yeah, to
But
support myself.
can you clarify this for us? Being a student and working as a healthcare assistant, is there any limited hours or days that you need to work as a student over here in Ireland?
Yeah, 20
So
hours
20 hours,
a
okay,
week, yeah.
which is good, which is
It
good.
pays your bills. It pays your bills, yeah.
I see. Okay. So you were doing schooling and healthcare assistance at the same time to
hmm
support yourself financially. Very good. So let's continue from there. Working and schooling, how was it like?
Well, the school knows you need to work. So initially, they even told us that we would just attend full-time lectures 3 days a week. So we'd have Thursday and Friday to go fend for ourselves. Immediately after
Okay.
school, you just run for night shift and
Okay.
then head to
But where I'm
student.
so much interested is in how were you able to remain in the country? You came in as a student. Fortunately, you got healthcare assistant job you were doing along the schooling. Now school is over. Were you still doing the healthcare assistant? And how did you transition to
Remember,
get your nursing pin?
remember I told you that I came already with an IELTS score of NMBI. So
Okay.
mine was easy. So
Okay.
from school I was already transitioning.
Mm-hmm.
I think by October, November, I got my decision letter.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So, and then I was to proceed to write the exam. There are avenues to get all of these
Okay.
things. The
Mm-hmm.
bank is willing to give you money.
Okay.
So, as a
Wow.
student, I went to the
Mm-hmm.
bank. I was like, you know what? I want to write an exam. I need money.
Mm-hmm.
And the exam fee is 2,000 euros, if I'm not mistaken, for NMBI.
2,800 euros.
Oh, yes,
2,800.
2,800 euros. Sorry, the 800 skips.
Uh-huh.
So, yes, I went to the bank. I was like, you know what? I think I collected 2,000 from the bank. I had small savings.
Okay.
So, I collected 2,000 from the bank and they will just check, oh, are you working? HCA? Yes, you're working. Okay, she's able
Okay.
to fend. And during the holidays,
Oh,
they also check. The holidays, we don't have 20 hours. You can work 40 hours now. So they will
okay.
also check, oh, she was working during the holidays and they give it to you. See, it's not like Africa. Oh. As far as they see that you're working, they give you
Okay.
the. In fact, it was through phone call. I just called them. I want loan. And they just, before 24 hours, I
Wow.
saw money in my account. I went to
Really?
pay. Seriously. I'm
I
sorry.
see.
I paid my the school fees. I'm sorry, the exam fee.
Okay.
Exam in January, if I'm not mistaken, either January,
Mhm.
and then it
Okay.
came out. I
Did you
passed.
take the general nursing OSCE or the psychiatry OSCE? Which one did?
There was nothing like OSCE for mental health.
Okay, okay. It wasn't born at that time. Okay,
No.
okay. All right.
So it's either you write the exam for general nursing
Mhm.
first,
Okay.
or you go and do adaptation for 12 weeks for general
Adaptation.
nursing. And then
Okay.
when you pass that, then your decision letter for mental health will now come. And then
Okay.
you will now proceed again to go for an adaptation.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So that was how it was those times.
Yes.
I
But now it's
see. Then
different.
it's flexible now. It's very
Yes.
flexible.
I started working in a nursing home. While I was working
Okay.
in the nursing home, I was dying to get my decision letter for mental health because
For
I
mental
had
health.
left
Okay.
general nursing for a long time. And
Oh,
honestly,
yeah.
I love
Yeah.
mental health. So I was just not having it. It wasn't funny.
Okay.
So I
Okay.
just had to put up with that. And then,
Hmm.
so I got my decision letter for mental health. And
Okay.
from there, I just started the
Hmm.
process of looking for a job and stuff like
Okay.
that. And that's it. And then started working. And then I got it. That
Wow.
was how I
Wow.
went. But however,
Hmm.
I know there's issues with verification now in Nigeria. So
Yeah.
people might be wondering, oh, I still would be finding it difficult to
Hmm.
still come and work. Some
Yeah.
people, some persons, if you're able to say they come here through school, and
Okay.
like I said, I was working as healthcare assistant, being a
Hmm.
nurse in Nigeria or wherever Africa, and you come
Hmm.
here to work as HCA, there are some requirements they don't expect from you.
Okay. Because you
So
have a
you
nursing background.
background. So you skip some process.
Okay.
People who do not have any health background will have to do FETAC or the rest of it.
Hmm.
You don't have to
Yeah.
do that. You don't have to do
Okay.
that. Yeah, you can get a company who are really in need of HCA and they will say, you know what, we'll give you the critical, no, not critical. Is it
The
under critical skill?
general employment permit.
General employment
Yeah.
permit, exactly.
Hmm.
They'll give you the general employment permit. And from
Okay.
there, you can also bring your family with that anyway. So yeah, I know
Yeah.
there's a clause now that said they
Hmm.
have to start earning a particular amount of money.
Amount. Yes. And they need
Yeah.
to work with the permits for 1 year. Those are the new clauses. So at least if within the year and you haven't been able to go through the NMBI process and you are still here working as healthcare assistants and you obviously have your legal documents, you have the general employment permit, then you can bring in your family. See, you practiced in back home before coming here to school and then to continue working. How would you describe all this transition that you have gone through?
Well, for me, I think
Mm-hmm.
it's been mind opening.
Okay.
You know, when you are in when I was in Nigeria, I felt, oh, this
Mm-hmm.
is the way of doing things. But you come
Okay.
here, there's a
Mm-hmm.
total different way of doing things. And
Okay.
then you have to adapt. And then you
Mm-hmm.
adapt and you now realize you're actually doing it the correct way. I don't know,
See.
like in Nigeria,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've heard about the word improvise. We improvise a lot.
Mm-hmm.
We
It's the
improvise.
same.
But
It's the same everywhere. Improvise.
so coming here, if you are improvising, the mental health commission will ask you, what are you doing? You you have laws governing you. In
Yeah.
fact, so that's for me, it's an eye opener that even if
Okay.
tomorrow I want to go back to Nigeria, I will
Mm-hmm.
try to put all of this in place with my
In
experience.
place. Okay.
I will not just open just
Mhm. So how do you see schooling in Nigeria and then coming to school in Ireland? What experience did you gather?
kudos to Nigeria. They did a good job for me. Honestly,
Okay.
I won't I won't downplay it.
Of
But
course.
however,
Mm-hmm.
if I had done my degree in Nigeria after my diploma, it would have been 4 years. I would
Okay.
have spent 4 years. And that was
Mm-hmm.
why it was a no first.
Mm-hmm.
So after diploma, I was like, coming here and having to do your degree for 1 year, that's a
Mm-hmm.
plus. And they
Okay.
don't just focus on everything. Like if you're doing a degree in Nigeria, they will teach you
Mm-hmm.
biochemistry, teach you different things. That is not necessary to your course. But here they focus on, seriously, they
I
focus on
see.
nursing. They focus on
Okay.
nursing. Now,
Okay.
it is majorly it is 20% lecturer coming
Mm-hmm.
to talk to you and 80% you reading and researching. That means you're teaching
Okay.
yourself. There is hardly a way you teach yourself and you forget it.
And you forget, yeah.
No, you've made the research, so you are convinced
Mm-hmm.
with what you found. And that's
Okay.
why it makes you a nurse who is autonomous. Like
Okay.
you can defend yourself at every time.
Exactly. At any time.
Not waiting for a clinician to or a doctor
Mm-hmm.
to tell you what to do. I would say I did not have any regrets coming to study here,
Okay.
and it also made it easy for me to integrate quickly into the system.
Okay.
because
Perfect.
believe me, I already knew a lot about the system before I even started working as a mental health nurse, so it was easy for
Yeah.
me.
See somebody watching you at this moment and thinking of maybe trying to use the school route. This person may be a registered general nurse, midwife, or psychiatric, and thinking of finding a school in Ireland so that probably he or she can also come and do his degree or master's and then so continue. You mentioned something about agent. Is this all the time that if you want to, as a nurse, finding a school in Ireland, you need an agent, or you can actually do it yourself?
Not necessary. You don't need an agent. Not necessary.
Okay,
So
so
not necessary.
how do you write the statement? That 250, how many words?
Oh, that one is easy. That one is very easy. You
Ah,
just go online, Google. Now that they even
okay.
have GPT or whatever they have, there's
Uh-huh.
a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very easy. It's just to go online and
Mm-hmm.
find benefits of studying a degree program, and then you
Okay.
pick some words in it and add with why you
Mm-hmm.
want to do it, your motive, your drive.
Okay.
That's what they want
Okay.
to just see.
I see. If you are able to provide the statements, add your documents, and you have the financial strength to pay your tuition fee, you are likely to get admission. Was it that easier getting admission?
It was. It is.
Mm.
It is. There's way they
Okay.
actually try to get revenue.
Okay.
For them, admitting international students is the way to get revenue.
Of course.
Being here, you would agree with me that the school fees for international students and that for the um, EU
Mm-hmm.
is different. The gap is
Different. Yeah.
different. So, of course, as far as you meet the requirements, they're happy and
Mm-hmm.
they have space. They are happy to welcome you in. So
Okay.
it's an easy route to
Is
go
this
through.
something you will encourage other nurses back home to take their school routes? Is it something you will encourage others to
If they
do?
have the financial strength, yes. Like, see, I came here through school, but babes, I've recovered. I've recovered from that school fees.
Okay.
Like, I've recovered. I've made more than that money.
Okay.
Paid the bank loan. So like, I've recovered a long time ago, not even now. I've recovered.
Okay.
You get
That's
so
great.
it's just if you have the financial strength at that time, because I
Mhm.
understand things are hard. But
Yeah.
if you can
Mm-hmm.
and you're able to, yes, why
Okay.
not? Because sometimes getting sponsorship
Mm-hmm.
from here to Nigeria, it's hard sometimes. I think
Mm-hmm.
there was a time there was a ban, Zef. So it
Mm-hmm.
can be difficult. So you can come through the
Okay.
school if you have the
Okay.
financial strength, please. Because they
Okay.
will also check in doing the
Mm-hmm.
visa and the stuff, they will check all of these things so that you
Okay.
don't have too many issues. If you have the
Yeah.
financial strength, yeah, by all means, come through school. And it's
Okay.
like I said, I integrated quickly. From
Mm-hmm.
school, they try to tell you the rules, the laws in
Mm-hmm.
Ireland. So
Mm-hmm.
it's easy for me if you ask me.
I see.
But if you don't have the financial strength and this ban is
Mm-hmm.
lifted,
Mm-hmm.
verification is lifted, please
Become smooth.
come through work.
Go online, you obviously have a lot of schools that the internet will give you. But the question is, how would the registered nurse knows that this school that I'm going to apply to is I'm actually on the right path? How easy will it be for a nurse who wants to use the school pathway?
Well, the truth is every school will always speak very well of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say that you keep checking reviews because people will always
Okay.
drop a review there. They will.
Mm-hmm.
So all you have to do is go on Google schools in Ireland
Okay.
for schools in Ireland studying nursing top up 1 year
Okay.
top up and
Okay.
or masters anyone,
Mm-hmm.
and then schools will come up.
Okay.
You will check school fees. That's another thing.
Okay.
Check their school
Okay.
fees.
Mm-hmm.
Whichever you feel like, because the school fees in A might be different from the school fees in B. And you might just
Okay.
have the financial strength for B. So the
Mm-hmm.
school fees too
Yeah.
might be cheap depending on the county. So just
Okay.
keep checking. You might stumble on
Mm-hmm.
one that will. They all follow a very similar curriculum.
Mm-hmm.
When you're selecting a school, be sure that there's jobs around there. That might just be the only
Okay.
thing. That might be the
Okay.
only thing you might have to go extra to check. Like
Mm-hmm.
if you're selecting now everywhere is open anyway, but as at that
Yeah.
time just make sure you
Mm-hmm.
check that there are jobs around, and even if there's no jobs around, there's a way to
Mm-hmm.
commute to the nearest county to get where you can
Yeah.
get the job.
So before you select a school, if you're a registered nurse or midwife back home and you are looking at relocating through the school route, if you are selecting the schools, you need to check. The first thing is to check the school's reviews to be sure of where you are going, and secondly, check the school fees. if you have the financial capacity to pay. And then the third one is look at the location. Research if there are health hospitals or healthcare facilities around the school where you can actually find job as a carer to support yourself financially. So these three major things should somebody are things that somebody should look out for when you are intending to apply for a school in Ireland. I think this is an eye opener for any overseas nurse, any nurse back home who wants to apply to any college in Ireland and come here through the school route. Thank you so much, Princess. You've taught us how to find a school, how to come up with your statements for admission, and then you've also taught us what the things to look out for when you are applying to any school. Now, in conclusion, what will you tell your fellow nurse watching you and planning of using the school routes to Japan?
My dear, I don't regret using the school routes to Jackpa, like you said. The truth is, in
Uh-huh.
2 years' time, in 3 years' time, after you have Jackpa, you'll be grateful
Okay.
you did. You'll be grateful you did. Seriously.
Okay.
The There's disparity in the income rates, there's disparity in the way they care for even their workers. All
Okay.
jobs, be it HCA, all jobs, they
Okay.
treat the workers with dignity and respect. So as far as you're
Okay.
able to get something to do to fend for your home, you're fine.
Thank you so much, Princess, for making time for us to have this discussion. How long have you been in Ireland?
5 years.
Another day.
Five years now.
Wow.
5 years.
5 years in Ireland. You have learned a lot.
Yeah.
I'll find your location. I'll be visiting you from time to time just to extract. I have a lot to learn. Thank you so much, Princess. You're such a lovely woman. Thank you so
All right.
much for
Thank
making
you.
time for us to have this session. Okay, bye bye.
Bye.